Hey, what's up? It's Timo Paints, and today I'm going to show you guys a couple quick painter hacks. I'm out here organizing the shop with all the drops and everything in it. It's really hot, so I'm trying not to spend too much time out here, but while I was here, I thought, hey, why not give you guys a little quick trick, something that I picked up along the way and has really helped me out in, hairy situations. Sometimes you're on a job, and I know some of you guys might recognize these. They're called like Pelicans, and these are great little cut-in pots too. The cool thing is they actually have like a rigid area on the inside there, and what that allows you to do is kind of works as like a screen or a grid. Some people really like using the trays. I don't really prefer using the trays. My favorite thing to use instead of using a tray with my roller is I'll use a 5-gallon bucket, and I get these grids right here, these little paint grids, and these little paint grids sit down in the bucket. Here, I'll show you how they work. But they sit down in the bucket, and then my favorite part about it is, you don't really risk stepping on it. So, it's kind of what you're looking at. And the cool thing is you can put a roller on here and it'll hang on there. Do I have one available? Oh, here we go. So I like it better because every time I use those trays, it seems like I'm always stepping on them, and you can't really slide them around. One thing I like about this is you have the pole on here. Once you have an extension pole on this sucker, you can just kind of kick it around. And that's typically why I like to put paper on my floors instead of drops, because I do roll with the bucket. And that's, I guess, another little painter hack. You use that red rosin paper there. So I got a couple estimates to do today, but I have some time to kill before then. So I thought about just kind of touching base with you guys, man. Give you guys a little one-on-one experience. And if you're interested in estimating, or how I estimate my jobs and how I get my prices for my jobs, I'm gonna have a free estimating guide in the link down below. So check that out if you need it. So anyways, yeah, so let me demonstrate here. What I was kind of explaining is, you roll. Let me see if I can get an angle here for you guys. Sorry, this is a super raw video for y'all. So you roll, and you can stick this in the bucket like so, and you kind of just go like this. Boop. Boop. Yeah, it's just a little quick thing. And since I got you guys on the hook here, I'll show you one more quick hack. Back to how we started. We started out with this, right? So these are handy. Problem for me is I'm not used to these. So what I end up doing is I'm holding them in my hand like so, and then I'll be like reaching on a ladder or something, and I'm like stretching out, trying to use my brush hand, which is like the hand that I'm holding the phone. I'm trying to do this, and the next thing I know, I'm bloop, pouring the paint out. So I like to use cut-in pots, and what we call cut-in pots. And I guess these are like homemade cut-in pots. Let's set this down so you guys don't get seasick here. So this is what I do. I get an old paint bucket. The semi-gloss or the satin ones, those are typically the best ones to use, because once they dry, you can peel out the paint. I'm going to demonstrate how I do it 2 different ways, because one way you have to have a ladder rack. So I'm able to remove the rim on here, because if you look at this one here, it has a rim on it. And what happens is when you're using your brush and you try to tap, it just gets in the way, and then it drips, and it gets on the handle, and it gets on your hand, and then it gets on your shirt, and then it gets on your arm, and man, it's a total mess. So this is the best way to stay clean while painting. For me. Now everybody's different, but this is I'm figuring maybe this can help you out. Some people hate painting, and usually what it comes down to is it's just the messy. And if you can keep clean while you're painting, it's actually pretty enjoyable, because it is like instant satisfaction. It's like instant gratification. As soon as you're applying the paint, it looks good. So any way that I could do it to stay clean makes it more enjoyable, if that makes any sense. So keeping myself clean is by removing these. Now I'm going to show you one way I like to do it. All right, crazy thing, man. It is so hot right now. I think it's like 108, 109 degrees. The dang, my phone just shut down. So I'm gonna try to do this again. I found a couple more buckets. Anyhow, so 2 different ways to remove the rim off this bucket so you can stay clean. I'm gonna show you one way right now with the ladder rack, and hopefully my phone doesn't get too hot. So we'll be quick. So this is the way you can take the can off if you have a ladder rack. And what that does is it separates it, and what's cool about that is you peel that right off, and now you got a bucket with a clean rim. If you use it with like something like semi-gloss, like this is satin, cool thing is that stuff on the inside will just peel right out. See that? So you let it dry, and if it's not dry, even better, because you can just rinse it out, even though that is like really satisfying. Okay, I'll find another bucket and show you guys the other way. Here is the second way that I like to pull off the metal rim on an empty paint can. That way you could have a very good and very free and cheap work pot. So I'm gonna show you guys. Let me set this down real quick. So what you do is you don't want to bend your handle, and I'll show you why in a second, but set it down here on the ground. Put your foot on the close to the rim as you can, roll it back and forth. Keep doing that as you start applying a little more and more pressure to it. And what it does is it'll pop this rim right off of there, just like that. And now you got a work can. This one will work, but it won't work with metal cans. So the reason I like doing this is because I can hold it like so. I can hold my work can like this. And what that does is that allows me to do a couple of different things. One of those things is I can hold it like this. And then like if I need an extra reach, sometimes when you're painting, you just need that extra inch, right? So you could reach out, you could actually put your hand on the wall and still have your bucket. And the cool thing about this is you don't really fill it all the way up, right? So you get some room to tilt it and stuff. Whereas every time I try to use a Pelican, every time I try to use one of these, I'm reaching out for that extra little bit of space or whatever, and then, you know, it just ends up spilling out. Especially because typically you'll have a roller hanging in here and it's not gonna hold it. So, I mean, I guess you could like put your thumb like, you know, I mean, that's the thing. So these really help out, especially if you're someone who doesn't like painting because of how messy it is. This is a great way to help keep yourself clean, keep your clothes clean, make it a little bit more of an enjoyable process. And yeah, if you guys like this video, if it helped you out, make sure to give me a thumbs up and also hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.